Hey everyone, welcome. Not too long ago, I shared with you guys our race weapon for the 2023 season. We started with a base Specialized Epic Evo comp, and today we have it fully built. Actually, you see all the dust that the bike collected over the weekend, racing at the highest level. So why don't we take a closer look and see exactly what kind of parts I used to bring the bike to what it is today. And I thought I would start with something that you guys would be very interested in, and that is the weight of this bike. That's 10.5 kilograms, which is 23.15 pounds. This is together with the XT pedals, 2 bottle cages, and all the dust that we've collected on it over the weekend. How do we get to that kind of weight? Cockpit is built around 740 millimeter bars that are almost flat, 5 millimeter rise. You have a 50 millimeter Shimano stem, and you see the PMW grips that my son loves a lot. They provide good dampening and really good grip. XT brakes, and these are the 2 piston brakes, not 4, and we have used them with 180 millimeter disc up front and 160 millimeter in the rear. We're using an XTR shifter, and here on the frame you're gonna see this big mama rubbery protection, because as you rotate the bars you are going to hit the frame with the bottom of that shifter. The remote, this is the little Shimano remote that goes back to the Selle Italia lightweight saddle, and this is a dropper that provides us with a 160 millimeter drop, and this is quite lightweight in its current 30.9 configuration. I know this is the first time you guys hear about the turn-on components bunker dropper post, but I do have all the raw footage stored well. I will get to edit that video at some point and post it online. All in all, we're very happy with the way it performed so far. We've been using it for a few months in all kind of conditions, all kind of rain, mud, and dust, and it's still working like day one. I have reused the top FSA headset bearing because it's taller on the Specialized, and I have a Cane Creek 40 at the bottom, and here is a SID Select. This is the Charger damper, 120 millimeter fork with 35 millimeter stanchions. In the back you have a Fox Evolution series, and that provides 110 millimeters of travel. As you guys probably remember, bike came with a RockShox shock, and I actually did a video on how to look for a replacement from Fox. I'll list it up in the corner. Why did we choose the Fox shock instead? For 2 reasons. Number one, it provides that pedal setting in between fully open and closed, and 2, it saves about 70 grams if nothing else. The flip chip is set to the high position, and that gives us 75 degrees seat tube angle and 67 degrees head tube angle, and also about 6 millimeter higher BBs than the low position of the flip chip. You have 3 bosses here for bottle cages. We have used 2, and the 2 bottle cages is pretty much appreciated every time you take this on longer training rides. By the way, frame size is a medium, and the bottom bracket is GXP. Some might say is the best bottom bracket that SRAM has ever designed. In the back, we haven't added anything but protection on the frame, and if you look here right behind the pivot, that is where you get the little gap and the little rubber transfer of your cables between the down tube and the chainstays. This area here is pretty tricky. Actually, you can see all the mud that it collected in one of the early races of the season. We're planning to use one of these. This is called Dirt Skirt. In this current form, version 1 only works on the previous generation, but I'm anxiously waiting for them to come up with version number 2 of this, and that's gonna cover properly this version of the Epic Evo. In my early video, I didn't have this rubber insert here that holds the cables together. I have it now, but as you can see, it comes out really easily. So I don't know if this is as effective as some people might think. For me, it's very frustrating So I have to push it back again and again and again. It'll come right out next opportunity for sure. Drivetrain is a bit of a mix, but not that big of a mix. We're using an XTR and XT drivetrain, and the cranks are something that we had around. So you can see the XX1 GXP spindle, and these are 175 millimeters because we are all legs. I'm using these with a Garbaruk oval that has a slightly taller teeth. This chainring actually works with the new T-type flat top chains as well. Chain is XTR, the cassette is XT, and you see the XTR derailleur. Pedals we use are XT XPDs from Shimano. I did review for you guys the XTRs a couple months back, but in use, we found the XTRs not to be as consistent. So we pretty much went back to the XT pedals, even though we sacrificed about 35 grams. When it comes to wheels and tires, you guys have actually seen both of those in different videos. First of all, the Duke wheels are the lightest that I've ever built with bird spokes. The lightweight is definitely felt when you're accelerating on this bike. That is coupled with the Pirelli Scorpion XCRC. I have introduced them to you folks last year, and this is the second year when we're racing those tires. They are absolutely amazing. Amazing grip in a wide variety of terrain, and they're lightweight. So for us, there's no question, these are the best XC tires that we've ever used. In its current form, it's fairly easy to drop another pound off of the bike. You can install the lightest fork from Fox or RockShox if you want. You can install a lighter cassette. We have used Garbaruk, but we didn't quite like it as much as the Shimano, so we went back to an XT, as you could see. And finally, you can install foam grips just to save a couple more grams. But what do you guys think about our current build? Would you use it the way it is? Would you spend the money to lighten it up a little bit? Let me know in the comments below. Hope you found this useful, and if you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. And until next time, I'll see you folks on the trails. Cheers, guys. Cheers.